Here, the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, your SEC Insider Hit, is brought to you by Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center. Any age, any sport, any injury, they've got you covered. New Surgery Center and Clinic, Lakeland Drive, Flowood. Show is also brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent in any of the 82 counties in Mississippi. All of our guests join us on the Miller Lite guest line. You're listening to ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We're rolling on YouTube Live. Search Out of Bounds Sports. You can watch the show. We welcome in our friend, the Hit King, New York Mets, Hailstate All-American. He is Jake Mangum on the Miller Lite guest line. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Doing good, bud. Thanks for having me.
Man, thanks for jumping on. All right, we got to get into important things first. It's National French Fry Day, and we were talking about, favorite toppings on fries. So, pulled pork, bacon, cheese, jalapenos, all that kind of good stuff. Debris fries that you can get in all our favorite local restaurants. So for the Hit King, what is your favorite topping on French fries?
Cheese and bacon. Gotta go cheese and bacon.
It's a great call. You can't. That's what I said before the show. Bacon, and Blake mentioned the Ben 612 fries and the Two Brothers fries. So we're all on the same page there. So where are you headed right now? What facility are you working out at this morning?
I'm down in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm training at Eric Cressy Sports Performance. I've been down here since June 1st. It's going really, really well. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've gotten stronger. I've gotten some live at-bats off minor league and big league arms. It's been a really great opportunity for me during this, weird time for minor leaguers since the minor leagues aren't having a season. So I'm just trying to get my work in best I can and use this as a good opportunity to get better.
So Eric Cressy, this guy's, he's a baller when it comes to training and sports performance?
Absolutely. He's highly regarded. He's very, very good at what he does. He's got a ton of athletes down here that have all had a major part. You go in here to work out, and you got all the big leaguers left since they're having a season coming up. But, in the month of June, we had, Verlander, Scherzer, Syndergaard, Giselle,man, Ryan Lamar, like big leaguers, top to bottom, you name them out there. Playing scrimmage games, doing live at-bats, working out. It was a really, really cool environment to be around.
Okay, now what was that like for you? Jake Mangum joining us on the Out of Bounds Show. Now, you've done some cool things, been around big-time players. You've faced major leaguers in the SEC who went on to Major League Baseball. But what was it like to be in a facility day in, day out with guys like Verlander?
Well, you just see how they operate. You see it's they're in there to get their work in, and you kind of see how the best do it, and that's kind of all you can ask for. We played a pickup sandlot game a week before the big leaguers left. We played 2 games, and I look up, you got Paul Goldschmidt at first base, Ryan Lamar in the outfield, just big leaguers everywhere. Isan Diaz, Monte Harrison. It was a really, really cool thing, and there was like 30 big leaguers, on the same baseball field, and I'm just out there, trying to get better.
Wow. Okay, this is cool. Jake Mangum training down in South Florida. He's at the Eric Cressy facility. MLBers all over the place in the month of June before they headed out to start their season. Who was the toughest guy to face when you were in the box in June?
Oh, gosh. That's a tough question. But I'm going to have to say Cishek. Cishek is a sidearm all-star. He's, a veteran in the MLB. He was just absolutely disgusting. He wasn't your typical sidearm pitcher because his fastball had so much giddy-up on it. So he had one of those, heavy fastballs from a low arm slot. It ate me up, man.
Man. Well, all right, so on a typical day, how many hours are you when you talk about weight training or strength and conditioning? and then baseball, taking cuts and all that, how many hours does it take to do the full training/workout, Jake?
It takes me about 2 hours to do all my strength and conditioning. Then I'll go eat some lunch. And the beautiful thing is all kind of on your time. Like, you can kind of modify that as you want. But on a full day, about 2 hours in the weight room and about 2 hours either in the batting cage or throwing, running, you name it. I'd say about the total day is about 4.5 hours. A lot of hard work, during those hours. But the tricky thing is I'm using this time as a nutrition standpoint to put on weight, and that's a full day thing. If you want to put on weight, which I've always had trouble doing, you've got to change your eating habits, and you've got to change your habits daily. I'm starting this new diet it starts at 6 a.m. and it ends at 10 p.m. It's a scheduled routine of eating because I've always had trouble putting on weight. So it's been working. So it's an all-day thing. I schedule my days around how I eat, and when I work out, it's a full day.
Jake Mangum, the Hit King on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone with the New York Mets, working out down in South Florida, joining us on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. You know how many people listening are envious that Jake gets to eat whatever he wants from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.? So tell me what'd you eat for breakfast?
This one I did smoothie and a whole wheat bagel. I can't really eat anything I want, but I'm on a little bit of a strict diet. It's going all right. Just trying to put on weight, man.
How much do you weigh now?
Anywhere from 190 to 195. I'm trying to get to 200. The average center fielder in the major leagues is 200 pounds. So I'm trying to get there.
I did not know that, Blake. Isn't that interesting? Average 200 pounds. So you're close. What was your playing weight your last year at Mississippi State?
Oh, by the time Omaha rolled around senior year and the whole season was taking place and body's kind of banged up, 180 if I was soaking wet probably.
Wow. All right. So on a big day when you're in the cage, how many cuts do you take on the heavy? Yeah.
Well, that right now, since we have no idea when my next baseball game will be, like actual minor league baseball game, a lot. I'm taking a lot. Right now, it's just a big time that I'm working on my swing, kind of working on things in my swing that need to be worked on, tended to, that I normally couldn't do during a season. I'm using this as an opportunity. I'm looking at this like a 12-month off season. They're giving me a calendar year to get my body right and get my swing right. So every day, man, really there's no excuse for me right now not to get, hundreds of swings a day and to work out a lot harder than I typically would if I had a game tonight at 6 o'clock, after a game last night, and I got another game tomorrow, So not having a 140-game season, there's never going to be a better time to focus on working out and your swing mechanics.
Well, that's a good approach and mindset. Jake Mangum on the Miller Lite guest line, training in South Florida with the New York Mets. He joins us on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Blake?
Yeah, Jake, I got a question for you. I know you posted on social media that you and Gardner Minshew got to hang out down there in South Florida, and obviously you can work out together, which is good. But I know you've probably done some other things. What are some of the fun things you've been able to do during this time off since you were 9, you haven't had a spring/summer off?
Man, I've been trying to go to the beach, just trying to see everybody that I normally wouldn't see at this time of the year. And just enjoying life. Everything's just so negative right now. No matter where you look in life right now, it's almost like you got to, pick a side or there's some sort of debate to go over it. Man, just be a positive influence and just, stay positive. It's a very strange time right now, but all you can do is stay positive and, enjoy life. So I've tried to see everybody I normally wouldn't see and, just try to get better every day.
Man, that's a good thing.
Are you working on the golf game?
Uh-oh.
Golf game's getting a lot better. I haven't played too much lately, but every time I go out there, I seem to, get a little bit better. I was really bad when I started playing early.
Can you believe that? I mean, that's like earth-shattering news.
I was about to say,
Mangum's bad at something.
At something athletic. That's
yeah,
remarkable.
people are like, huh?
I watched him whip your butt in cornhole in here.
He did. That was embarrassing. But we'll have to have a rematch when Jake gets back here in late fall or whenever that is. All right, dude. Hey, thanks for the time. I'm glad you're taking advantage of what's going on though, and working out and gaining weight, and he gives us something new, Blake. Average Major League Baseball outfielder weighs 200 pounds. I had no idea.
There you go.
Jake Mangum, hit king on the Miller Lite guest line, training for the New York Mets in South Florida. Be good, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Great to hear from you guys. Y'all be good.
See you, dude. Jake Mangum on the Out of Bounds show. 200 pounds, Blake. I think I would have thought higher. I mean, more. But I'm glad.
Well, your corner outfielders are definitely bigger.
Okay.
They're your power guys. Your center fielders like Damon, Betts, Coco, those types of dudes are more your speed. They cover more ground, so they're a little bit more speedy.
So as big as he looked when he was he here in May?
Something like that.
He
end of May, beginning of June.
He joined us
like
in the Bank Plus studio in May or something. And he's bigger now. I'm happy for him. So he's between 190 and 195. He's going to be able to get to 200.
But what that really means, what he talked about with college is accurate, and it's even probably maybe somewhat more pronounced in the Major League Baseball season just because it's longer, although you do have better care in terms of just like what you eat and medical and all that. But he needs to be about 205 going into camp so that when he's mid-season, he's at 200.
Good point.
Because he's going to lose some weight through this.
Right.
Like he mentioned, you don't work out the way you do in season.
And that minor league baseball
will wear your
is just I know MLB is too, but man, that minor league baseball grind that he described to us last year when he got back from Brooklyn, New York, I think that's where he was. As far as you can't train like you're used to training.
It's 160 games.
Yeah.
160 games in a 5-month period. You have at most like 21 days off over 5 months. It is insane.
And he had already played north of 65 at Mississippi State because they made it all the way to the College World Series. Mm-hmm. He took a couple of weeks off. Then he goes and joins the New York Mets A team. And then he took another break, but then went back and played fall ball and then went down to the Dominican.
Yep. And
he said that schedule was ruthless.
They played 2 games a day minimum, and they were up in the morning, up in that
6 a.m.
Yeah, just brutal.
He said, I think he told us they go for about 5.5 hours till about 11:30, take a break, eat lunch, get back out there at 1-ish, and then that's when they start playing games all the way through into the late afternoon, early evening.
Crazy. I mean, it's a brutal schedule. And so, like you said, it is a unique opportunity to work on the parts of the game that are hard to work on during the middle of the season.
Not everybody is doing what he's doing during this, like he said, weird time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could make that statement about every offseason. This is just a prolonged offseason.
Right.
I mean, what do we talk about that with? You see all the promotional football videos, like all the colleges will put out the hype videos in the spring, and they'll be like, it'll be some D-line coach being like, you got to put in the work. Ain't nobody all out working you. You got to put in the work this offseason. We're going to get better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like some guy just screaming at kids. Like,
oh, man. Do you think I could have been a strength and conditioning coach?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay.
You would have been a great high school cross-country coach, though.
Thank you.
Because you would have sat on your chair in the middle of the football field while the kids ran around the whole campus.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have been great at that. You'd have had a magazine. I could see you reading like ESPN or Sports Illustrated. Yeah, Cigarfish. Yeah. So I could see you propped up on the football field, visor and whistle, and just your kids you're like the coach. Everybody's like, I'll take cross country because you don't do anything. I could see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shot.
No, man. I just think you're more laid back. You're not strength and conditioning.
Okay.
Jake Wimberly could have been a strength and conditioning coach.
Oh, could Jake?
Yeah. Well, he's halfway there. He's kind of bronze, and he wears gaudy jewelry. So
okay.
All he needs is to.
And he does look like a 3A thumper.
He's thick. If he shaved his head, if you take Jake with Chris Brooks'
Brooks'
hairline,
hair.
yeah.
Does Brooks look like a?
No.
Is he a linebacker coach at the high school level?
JV.
Wow.
You gotta show me something.
Okay.
You gotta show me you know what you got.
I could see him at I could see Brooks at like Lumberton as the linebackers coach
and the women's JV basketball coach.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
he teaches like driver's ed in the mornings.
Yeah,
I could see that. He tweeted at me over the weekend.
Heavy McDonald's diet.
Oh goodness.
Where did this show just go?
We
just had the Hit King on, and then we went to something. Anyway,
it is not super hard to get to Omaha.
We should lead every time we have Jake on with that.
I thought about that.
With that audio.
I did think about it, but I didn't want to piss him off.
That's true. He's having a good day. He's in South Florida. The guy's 24 years old. You know, he's with the New York Mets organization. He's going to work out for 4.5 hours.
He'd have to take an extra 100 cuts if we played that.
Oh my gosh.
He'd have been upset.
Oh my gosh. Out of bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road. For all your clubs, putters, drivers, irons, balls, you name it. I love it when I say that. Edwin Watts Golf Shop. Go get your balls at Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road. That sounds weird. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, WRKS, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Right across the street from Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road is Drago's Seafood Restaurant and Oyster Bar. Charbroiled oysters and fried catfish po' boy. Go get you some. In the Hilton Jackson parking lot, Drago's Seafood Restaurant and Oyster Bar. Okay, Blake, let's switch gears here to best French fry topping. Now, it's National French Fry Day. I've said this many times on the show. One of my weaknesses as far as food, no, it's probably my number one weakness. It's not sweets. It's not fast food. It's not other garbage food. You know, I don't care about Skittles and whatever. I mean, I'll eat a little bit of chocolate here or there. It drives Winnie crazy. I can open up a mini Snickers and eat half of it and throw it away. But my weakness is French fries. I love them, and I've got to cut them out of my diet.
No.
It's or I need to cut down. But I love fries. We talked about the Kessler Prime fries. They're great. Sal and Mookie's and Proud Larry's have the same I don't know what kind of fry that is, but they have the same type of French fry.
Do you like beer battered fries or traditional just slice and fry fries?
I like traditional. I don't want a bunch of batter anywhere near any of my food, really. Batter is just in the South, in the kitchen. The kitchen is more prone to put a little too much on it, which totally ruins whatever you're getting. Like those onion rings I had the other day. Where did I tell you I had great onion rings? My dad and I went to lunch.
You did. I remember
Burgers and Blues.
Burgers and Blues.
They were perfectly battered. You know, there's some like gaps in the batter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some batter, then there's just some onion. Then there's some batter, and then there's just some onion. So I would think the best topping on French fries is my first go-to is bacon.
But I feel like you can't have only bacon.
Because you got to have cheese,
you
like
kind of have
Mangum
to have
said.
so that it sticks.
Does cheese just automatically count, and then we add what's next? Like pulled pork or bacon?
Probably, although I will say I've had some good like barbecue debris fries where it wasn't cheese, it was barbecue sauce.
Oh, this guy just made it brown. If you get the bright brown gravy sauce on debris fries.
Like country fried steak sauce?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a place. Is it Phillips Grocery? No. What's the other place in Oxford that has the brown gravy debris? Is it Phillips Grocery? Down sick? No. It's coming to me here in a second.
You'll need the listeners.
All right. Mississippi Ag John Deere Tractor text line. 601-885-3776. Go ahead and put this in your phone. Go grab your next John Deere tractor in Canton or Pearl. They have 16 locations, agup.com. Dole nailed it. Parmesan truffle fries are amazing.
See, I don't like truffle.
So I don't, but if you don't hammer if you do it right, like Dole says, Parmesan truffle fries. Hold on, where did I get those?
I don't know. I don't eat
Briar
truffle.
Patch.
I don't eat truffle
Briar
fries.
Patch. So Brian does them in the cool little. What am I trying to say? It's like a silo.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's almost like the
it's
charcoal.
metal
It's almost like the charcoal heater.
Yes.
It's like that vertical cylinder, and you put the fries in a cone inside them. Yeah.
Okay, so Brian, the other 2 weekends ago, 3 couples, we went to Briar Patch, and without everybody knowing, I just ordered 2 things of truffle fries as appetizers, and it was a home run.
Simple but great.
Yes.
Greek seasoned fries.
You're exactly right.
Wendy, you don't need a ton of stuff. They're just so good.
In 1998, when Wendy and I started dating.
Oh my gosh.
I know you weren't even born.
I was 7.
Okay. And that's your fault, not mine. So in 1998, Wendy and I start dating. She introduces Cavender's to me.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
Love it.
And I had never, for whatever reason, I don't remember what we were doing, but fixing something. She, 23 years ago, all of a sudden Cavender's comes out of the pantry and she shakes it on something. I'm like, this stuff is amazing.
Yeah. That's a hack to like make any fast food French fry better. Get a little Cavender's. Just toss it on the fast food French fries.
What are we eating for lunch?
I don't know. I had Thai food yesterday in Starkville.
Did you really?
Thai Siam, so good.
Say it slower.
It's Thai Siam.
And where is it?
It's right by Rick's.
I know where Rick's is.
My house is behind Rick's.
Sometimes fortunately, sometimes unfortunately.
Yeah,
I know where Rick's is.
It's basically in the parking lot of Rick's in theory.
Okay.
There's that little tattoo parlor.
I drove by there this weekend as you and I were in Starkville for the Two Brothers Smoke Meats John Daly event.
Yeah, I ate Thai food yesterday for lunch. It was so good.
Was it delicious? They
kill it. Yeah, they kill it. They're good.
Say it again.
Thai Siam. Had the drunken noodles, spicy level 4.
Drunken noodles.
It's the way to go.
That sounds good.
If it's not spice, as the waitress and I talked about, if you're not sniffling and your forehead's not sweating, you didn't order the right Thai food.
Was yours?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. I want to be uncomfortable when I eat Thai food and crawfish. Those are like my 2 things.
Fair enough.
I'm willing.
I don't, but I get where you're going.
I like the spice.
That's what I loved about mud bugs. Matt can take you to that line
without going overboard.
Overboard.
You want to be right at the edge.
The typical Southern male wants to, kill his crawfish to where they're so hot that you're miserable. I mean, I want to open an ice cold Coors Light and enjoy the crawfish.
Yeah.
Back to your French fries. So we've established that it's either cheese and bacon or cheese and pulled pork. But then if you pivot to the debris and the gravy,
or even the barbecue sauce, that's good.
That's true. Like, I'll tell you what's good is Jonesy Q Wow.
There you go. Do we need to have a French fry competition?
Yes. Can we buy a fryer that's not too expensive?
We can buy anything.
Well, you've already spent enough of my money the last 3 years. I'm trying to. All right, we'll think about this on the other side. The show is brought to you by Eye Care Professionals and Dr. Kirk Jeffries and his team on Lakeland Drive. Blade-free LASIK and cataract surgery at Eye Care Professionals.